Hey guys, Camfree15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another, well, for the last time till we eventually get a season 5 Danmachi episode review for you guys. As we finally end off Danmachi season 4. Man, was this a great episode to end off the season. Just a wonderful episode. It obviously had its heartwarming moments. It had, an awesome battle at the end with the Juggernaut. And then, you just get the resolution of this story where legitimately I thought, like, hey, maybe we actually have a character die. But no, they all came out unscathed. They all managed to get out alive. And they all look to hopefully live happily lives for the time being, because something's gonna be getting up and getting crazy the next time we see these characters. But it's gonna be a sight to behold, and it's gonna be something that I'm definitely gonna miss till we get an eventual season 5, or maybe we focus on maybe a spin-off side aspect of what things are going on. But man, this episode was really freaking good, and this episode was definitely carried by Ryuu. Just seeing everything that has transpired from this entire season when they brought Ryuu into the story and they had the tie-ins with her backstory and, her former guild and how much of an impact that is left on her psychologically and even mentally and a bunch of other things. But just seeing this all come to fruition, like when you get the scene where she practically, I guess, is teetering on the brink of the real world and the afterlife, and she sees her friend, or she sees her, pretty much her comrades, her friends, the people she cares about, like literally waiting for her, and she looks like she's about to go in there, and they're like, hey, you can't come with us. If you come, listen, he's gonna be on his own. And I love the fact how, in a way, she gets that closure with her former guild, because she got really emotional saying that she wanted her former guild to blame her for everything that has happened and things like that. And the former guild, her former guild mates, they don't really blame her for anything. They're like, you need to go on and you need to live. That's the reason why we sacrificed ourselves, There's somebody out there that has helped you this entire time. Get you to this point that you need to get to stay alive. And guess what? You gotta go help him out. And I really did like that closure she had with her former familia. Like, it was a really emotional, sweet scene. And I definitely did enjoy that part. And then you get to the fight against the Juggernaut, man. What a good freaking fight. Bell, he was doing his own thing, but at the end we could clearly see how the Juggernaut was becoming much of an issue. But when Ryuu gets involved in the fight, things change, and Bell has an easier time to fight against it. But even then, it's still pretty much the Juggernaut was still a damn problem. Like, the fight scene was just great. Even though the Juggernaut was a lot slower, it still was a problem enough where it gave Bell and Ryuu issues. But I think the one thing I love most about this fight against the Juggernaut is, you would think that the main character, Bell, would be able to get the kill to defeat the Juggernaut, and make, obviously, Ryuu happy and everything. But the one thing I did like in this moment was the fact that, after Ryuu came out of this whole trance scene talking to her former familia members, it was a way where we saw this new Ryuu that was going to face her fears finally and go up against the monster that practically took everything away from her. And she was the one that faced it head on, and I was actually pleasantly shocked that she was the one to get the final blow on the Juggernaut. I think in this case, the fact that, you have another character be the one to take out the final boss of the season, I liked it that it was Ryuu. Would I have liked it if it was Bell? Yeah, it would have been pretty cool if it was Bell, but I felt like this definitely needed Ryuu to defeat the Juggernaut, because the Juggernaut caused her all this pain and this turmoil. of killing her familia members, and her only way to get revenge on it is to defeat this monster. And at the same time, get that said closure. And I do like how they made Ryuu be the one to defeat the Juggernaut. I really do. Because we don't see that a lot in some animes where, certain characters, they should be the one to finish off this bag. Like, for example, if we're doing a comparison, Dragon Ball, Frieza's back, and a lot of people says, well, like, Goku's killed Frieza like twice. Vegeta's gotta be the one to finish Frieza off this time. Like, obviously the Black Frieza stuff going on in the manga. People say, like, it's gotta be Vegeta that finishes off Frieza for once, because he's the one that made Vegeta's life practically a living hell and killed his entire race. If not for Frieza, the Saiyans might still be a thing, and everything. So, it's kind of nice to see that we can see another character, not the main character, be able to take out this thing. And I love the way how she took out the Juggernaut, using the magic ability that she used to pretty much get her to safety and have her friend Alisa, pretty much sacrifice her life. But in a way, I like how, in a way, even though they're not there, it's kind of that, type of thing where it's like, okay, yeah, they're not there, but I know they're always behind me and they're always watching down on me, type of mindset. And I love the fact that when she was firing off the magic attacks, it's like a piece of her friends was fighting alongside her, and I really did like that moment. And her getting the final kill was absolutely great. The Xenos end up showing up, and they end up reviving Bell and Ryuu. Bell gets to see Wine one more time, but eventually we see how Lily and the others end up actually coming to the deep floors, finding them. Now the Xenos get away because obviously they got to keep their secret, and again, some people don't know that, the Xenos are allies with Bell and his party and things like that. But, they end up finding them, which it was really good to see that they were all A-okay. They end up going back to the hospital. You get some very funny dialogue scenes where obviously Ryuu was worried about Bell when she woke to the point. This girl literally ran out in her freaking hospital robe. And when she got to Bell, they're like, Ryuu, what the hell are you wearing? Do you know what you're wearing? And then it obviously undresses and she's practically naked. And obviously, Bell's seeing this. And I love it how Lily and Hestia were like, they give him a slap, not to try to look at Ryuu. But then the nurse is like, why would you slap him? He's not in the mood to fight. Why'd you do that? And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. But, I did like I did like the way they ended off this season too. After everything that has happened, we get a nice chillax, I guess little short date moment. Date moment between Bell and Ryuu. But Ryuu's obviously wearing this nice looking dress. Even Bell is he's like, oh, I didn't know you were wearing that. She's like, yeah, I thought I would wear something. And it was a nice little, after what they had to go through together, I thought it was nice, and it was definitely warranted that they go on this like little date. And then the whole words of the fact how practically each one of them, both Bell and Ryuu tell each other, like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made it out of the dungeon alive. And even we have Bell talk to Hestia in this episode, and he's like, if it wasn't for Ryuu, I would have lost my mind, and I wouldn't even be here. I'd probably be dead. But the same can be said for Ryuu when she tells Bell, like, yeah, if it wasn't for you always encouraging me and wanting to have the desire to keep me alive, I would have given up practically. I would have, threw in the towel, and I would have just been subjected to death, and I would have been fine with that. But because of you changed that thinking in me, and that was nice. And then obviously you get your typical dense Bell moment where he compliments Ryuu, because eventually Ryuu's smiling a lot, and he's like, there's that smile. You look a lot cute. You look a lot cuter when you smile. And obviously, this man, Bell, is so damn dense. She starts getting flustered, so she turns away, and she's like, I can't face you. And Bell's like, wait, why can't you face me? And then she just ends up running off, being all flustered, and obviously, as the credits are rolling on an ending, she's obviously holding her heart, her hands on her heart, pretty much, and she's like, what the hell is this feeling, Elliot? You know, she's going to her friend, and obviously her friend's like, don't leave him, and things like that. Listen, I've already said it before, I said it like last week, but I now am officially Bell X Ryuu. You know, obviously, I would figure the series would probably more than likely go Bell X Ice, but I need Bell and Ryuu. That is a cute couple, man. Those two are meant for each other. I don't care what anybody says. Those two are meant for each other. And the fact that she's now officially added to them. She was, I guess, a part of the harem, but she was never shown any attraction to Bell. She was just kind of like a comrade, like that trusted Bell. But now she is in full force. She is in love with Bell now. She's got the hot. She's got the feelings. Every time she's gonna see Bell, she's gonna get flustered, and she's gonna be like, I can't look at this guy. I don't know why. So it's funny. Hey, you know, it's funny because she plays it off like she's an older character, but at the same time, you can see, okay, yeah, that little, you know, young girl that was within her a few years back. You know, it's still deep down in there. Which I don't know how old Ryuu is compared to Bell actually, but. That's how the episode ends off, and honestly, it was a really solid episode. You know, ending off the season of Danmachi, man. This season was really good. Really good. Now, if not good, great. You know, this season by far, when you compare it to the other 4 seasons of Danmachi, this by far is the best season of Danmachi with everything that they put in this, you know, season, you know. First half of the season, it looked like, oh, it's a regular expedition, and then the Moss Huge ends up showing up. At first, I thought the Moss Huge would be the super big bad that Bell have to defeat at the end, but no, by like episode 5 or 6, the Moss Huge is defeated, and it's like, okay, then what the hell is gonna be even worse? Then you get this whole storyline tying in with Ryuu, and then things pick up. And, you know, with which we get in the back half of the season and things like that, from the Juggernaut first appearing to what we get now, absolutely crazy. And by far, this was the best season of Danmachi, and I thought JC staff did an excellent job with doing season, you know, 4. If I was honestly gonna rank the seasons, it's season 4 is my favorite. It's been a while since I've seen season 1, but I did like season 1's introduction, so season 1's probably my second favorite, then season 3 is my third favorite, and obviously my least favorite season is season 2. Season 2 I kind of thought was meh, to be honest, especially I don't have to really go back to watch that. You know, I just remember it kind of being average or meh at best, but overall, season 4 was great, man. There is no confirmation for season 5 yet, but you have to imagine with how big Danmachi is, we're going to get a season 5 announcement, and eventually we're going to see what happens next in the storyline for Bell and his companions. But that's pretty much it of what I got to say. I enjoyed season 4, you know, and I'm definitely going to miss Danmachi every freaking Thursday going forward now, but until it returns. But yeah, that's my points anyways. But if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Danmachi, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Danmachi content or any other anime content I upload to the channel. So until then, guys, catch you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Peace.